All right, let's start out with this project. Like I said before, the whole concept, the whole idea of this art project today is to illustrate, meaning you're going to tell a small story about being kind to somebody else. First of all, I want you to kind of look over here, if you would. This is what I did. I'm not suggesting that you do this. You can do it any way you want. I put it in kind of a cartoon or comic strip kind of style. This is me as a very, very young man standing there, and I'm saying, be kind. Now, I use this bubble here. This is called a speech bubble, right? When cartoonists and comic strip, like comic book people that make comic books and comic strips and stuff like that, they refer to this bubble as a speech bubble. And that's what I want you to do in this this art project. I want you to draw just yourself, saying be kind, or I want you to show you being kind to somebody, right? It could be a matter of giving somebody a piece of candy, so you could draw yourself handing a piece of candy over to one of your best friends. Use your imagination. And another thing, use what you've done yourself. The last time you were really kind to somebody, what was that, right? Can you draw it? And once you draw it, I want you to put this speech bubble like this. It can be you can say more than just be kind. You can say anything that you want, just so long as that it's positive and it's kind, right? So what I did is I did something really simple just to kind of illustrate what I would like for you to do. You could make it more complex, you can add more people, you can add more stuff in the background. That's your choice. That's your choice as an artist doing my project, right? Because I don't really want you to do it exactly like me. I want you to kind of spice it up and make it a little bit different, okay? So how I started this is I started, because I only have one figure, I started by drawing a figure. And so I don't have enough time to make this look very realistic. So what I've done is, to make it kind of look like me, I put my little beard and my mustache to make it kind of look like me. So if you've got like a mohawk, right, you can draw yourself with a mohawk. Or if you have big ears like me, you can draw a picture of yourself with big ears. Something that will represent you, that's you and that's not somebody else, right? So I put my big ears on, right, and I'll make my eyes. I always start out with the basic shape of the head, and then the neck, and then some shoulders. And then what I do is I go in and I draw my eyes. Try to get them, if you can see what I'm drawing right here, see where the eyes are and see the top of the ear, right? The eyes are just a little bit lower than the level of the ears, right? See how I'm doing that? Okay. And I'm going to put my actual eye in there. And I'm going to stick kind of my nose. This is my standard nose I give everybody. And then I'm going to make my mustache and my beard. Because that really kind of makes me look more like myself than, if I didn't. I almost shaved my mustache and beard off last week, and I am so glad I didn't. It was, my wife was going, no, don't. Your nose is going to look big, and you don't have a chin, so keep it on. So guess what? I still have it today. So I've got this basic thing here. Got to have some eyebrows, even though I don't have really good eyebrows. But you look just weird if you don't have eyebrows. And then I'm going to just put some hair on it, just kind of get it going like that. It really starts getting interesting when you start putting color in it, right? And so that's that. Now, if you want, you can do any kind of shirt or anything. On mine, I put a hoodie. So if you want to put a hoodie, that's fine. If you don't want to put a hoodie on, you decide maybe you have a shirt that you really like, draw it. Put it in this picture. So I've got the basic thing here, and I'm going to draw it because I've got such a large space on one side. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a big bubble. I'm going to create a big speech bubble because I never know what I'm going to be drawing or writing inside. So that's my basic thing right there. Yours may be a little different, and that's fine. If you want to kind of, hey, if you're going to do my style here, or my direction here, that's okay. Just don't draw me. I want you to draw yourself, or something that kind of represents you in this picture. Being kind. Being kind is one of those things where you don't know how it affects other people. My grandma used to tell me a long, long time ago, when I was probably your age or even younger, that you never know what somebody's going through. And people that you see, even friends that you never know what kind of problems they have when you see them. Because they might be laughing and joking and, pretending like everything's okay, but it's not. She used to say, everybody is fighting some kind of battle that we don't have any idea about. You don't know anything about it because people keep that kind of stuff inside, right? So it's always good to give a person a smile and give a person, you're looking good today. Hope everything's okay with you today. Because you never know. It may change that person's life for that day. And I'm serious about that. I know that there have been times when there's really hard times that I had in the past, and everything looked bleak, and I was really sad and kind of depressed. And I'd run into a friend, and he'd come up, and this is before COVID, the virus, come up and hug me. Man, I haven't seen you in a long time. You look great and everything. And he would just make me feel so much better, And I just think that it's important that we do that we treat everybody with a certain amount of kindness. Now, if they're mean people or people that you don't really know or a bully or something, it's hard to be kind to people like that. But I'm just talking about on a regular day, being kind can truly change the direction of somebody's life that day. Hey, it may not change their life completely forever, but just for that day. And that's why I always try to be as kind as I can to people, And again, I know that sometimes it's really hard to do that, but I tell you, it makes me feel good to be able to be kind to somebody else. And so I think that as you grow, I'm sure that a lot of you already know that, right? But for those that have never really thought about it, I want you to think about it while you do your comic, this is not a comic strip, but this is a single, what's called a single panel comic. There's only one image, right? All right. Well, listen, I'm going to take a break right now. I'll be back for part 2 of this project. I hope you will come back for that. We're going to finish up what we've started. I hope that you've got some really great ideas about how to show in this one panel comic strip you doing something kind or being kind to somebody. You're telling a little story is really what you're doing. So what I want you to do now is while I go and get some more stuff, continue working if you want. If not, I'll be back in just a moment and we will start and finish this project.